Hey guys, Miranda here with Teambrandos Design. Okay, so I'm gonna do a mix tutorial. It's a clear water slide and then alcohol ink around the clear water slide. So how to blend it all together to make it, you know, look like it's supposed to be, I guess. It's a long process because you have to be very careful with the alcohol ink that it doesn't get underneath the water slide. So first I spray painted, well, before that, let me show you what it looks like. The clear water slide with alcohol ink around it. This on the back is white water slide, but this is clear. And it is just, it looks amazing. It's all blended together to make it all look that way. So I'm starting off with a painted cup. I used matte tan, I think, because it's going to look like a globe when it's done. So I wanted to use the lightest color so that it blends it all in, okay? So I've already taped off the top of my cup. I always start all my cups taped off at the top just because that way the alcohol ink doesn't get inside. So I've got that, and then I have my clear water slide images cut out already. There's a bunch of them. There's, I think, 6 of them. And then I also have my little Tupperware of water to put the water slides on. And then I have, let's see, what color is this? Caramel Ranger alcohol ink, Ranger latte, and ginger. Okay, because those are the colors that I feel will match best with this design. And then my clear water slide is off of Amazon, and I will post the link in the comments for that. It's an A4 size, so it's 11.69 by 8.26 or 3, something like that, roughly. So it's a little bit bigger than your normal 8.5 by 11, which is nice. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna just kind of lay my cup here. I'm gonna prop it up a little bit like this. My spray paint has obviously dried, and I put it in the oven for like 10 minutes on 320 just because it makes it just really sealed on there. So we're gonna start off with the bottom half here, and actually give me just a second, I need to look at my image that I have. So it's kind of wrapped. Okay, so I need this one first. So with the clear, the clear, you have sealed it with, I used Kryolan gloss clear sealer. It seems to set faster. Now it does make it a little bit stiffer, which is good and bad. Good part is it's, you have more time to work with it. The bad part is that it's stiff. But the matte sealer seems to make it to where it's so thin that you can like barely touch it for more than like 10 seconds and then it starts to peel apart. So I use the Kryolan high gloss clear sealer, and I seal it, 2 or 3 coats of it, and then let it set for about an hour, hour and a half, and then I just run my heat gun over it just real quick. So we're gonna dip it in the water and it'll curl up. Okay, you can see how it's all curled up a little bit, kinda. And then I'm gonna flatten it out with my hands, and I have gloves on. They're nitrate gloves, no ridges, no nothing, okay, because that will just pull the color and the images apart. I'm going to take it and it's just going to slide off. See? And you're just going to pull that white piece off, lay it down, and you're going to just lay it on your cup, wherever you want it, okay? However you want it, see? And then you're just going to touch it and smooth it out, just like that. Okay, now if you're just doing clear water slide, I will be posting this separately, just this part of it, just to show you. All you do is just take it apart and put it on there, and it will lay itself on there, let it dry for a couple minutes. You can use your heat gun against it, or your heat tool, the embossing tool. I have the Doris one. Mine's all old and messed up, but, and then you will clear gloss seal over the top of it, or matte sealer, whatever you want to use, and then you will wait until it's fully dry, a couple hours, and then you can put epoxy over it. With the matte sealer, you can do your epoxy in like an hour. So that will be for just that. Just the clear sealer. I've wrapped a 30 ounce fully. It does come out, and you have to do it in pieces. It is very trying, okay? But this is fully wrapped with just water slide. It does take a long time. It is a pain in the butt, but it is possible, guys. It's just, you really don't want to try it if you're just starting out, okay? I don't want to get you guys into something that you're gonna have issues with. So with this bigger one, I'm gonna lay it on there with the white still on it, and I'm just gonna kind of slowly pull the white off, as it's, because I don't want it to curl up underneath my, or on my cup. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of lay it on there, move it around a little bit. It does, it will wrinkle up in some spots, especially if you're laying it over that curve right there. So don't pick an image that you're not able to allow it to be a little wrinkled, okay? If you're wanting to do a big full, the whole thing type cup. You can get those wrinkles out. It's just a little bit of a process. I hope y'all had a great new year. It was a long few months at the end of the year. My grandma passed away. My friend passed away from battling ovarian cancer, which was really hard, and they were two really big supporters in my recovery. But I was just ready for the new year, and I'm hoping it brings lots. So I'm sorry I haven't posted videos in a while, guys. It's just been a really long few months, along with the 187 cups I did by myself for Christmas orders. That was insane. Alright, so we got that on there. Okay, and then I'm gonna roll it. If you're worried about rolling it, you can let the pieces dry and then you can flip it, okay? Usually you're okay if you're doing different sides. It really depends on how you feel necessary to put it on there, what you're comfortable with. You can, of course, like I said, do it in stages where you put one piece on, and then if you're having to turn your cup, you can sit there and you can let it dry, give it, you know, an hour or so, put some sealer on it, whatever, and then come back to it. It's really just up to your comfortability, guys. So then I'm gonna put this one on. Okay, as you can see, it's starting to come along. So I'm over here looking at my picture, making sure I'm doing this right, the pieces. You don't have a whole lot of time to be able to move them around like this. You really don't. It's once they start drying, you have to pretty much leave them. So if you place it in the wrong spot or something else and you need to move it, do it as quickly as possible. Like these ones, I'm having to kind of move a little bit over because I place them in the wrong spot. Now, if you need to move them, put water on them. If you don't, then they will crack. Okay? They will. I promise. See, like that cracked a little bit because I was messing with it. Okay, now I'm gonna leave it sitting up. That way it doesn't touch on the towel and pull it off or anything. I did use inkjet, so that just so you guys know, I use an inkjet printer, so uh-oh. I think I may have put the wrong one. Okay. A little bit. There we go. Okay. Perfect. I'm dipping my little slide that I just took off back in the water just because I don't want to mess it up. And I had it in my hand for a minute. Okay. Now this one up here is gonna come kind of off the cup a little bit because it's just a piece of it. So I'm actually gonna cut the top of this off because I only need a piece. I only need like half of it, and I cut it in the circle. So just cut it in half to place it up here at the top because that's the way that the picture looks. I'll let you guys see the picture real quick. If you can see it. So that's a picture that I'm going for here. Okay. So now I'm going to put my other big one in. It's coming out nice so far. And we still have alcohol ink to do, which I'm excited about. I like doing alcohol ink and water slide. I think it's fun, and I think it looks pretty when it's all done. Okay, now if you're gonna move on with us to alcohol ink and the around it, we're gonna keep going with these water slides. This one is a lot bigger, but it's gonna go right here around the top. So it's gonna go on like that. So let's get through these water slides. Now I have wrapped a 30 ounce fully. It does come out, and you have to do it in pieces. It is very trying, okay? But this is fully wrapped with just water slide. It does take a long time. It is a pain in the butt, but it is possible, guys. It's just, you really don't want to try it if you're just starting out, okay? I don't want to get you guys into something that you're going to have issues with. So with this bigger one, I'm going to lay it on there with the white still on it, and I'm just going to kind of slowly pull the white off as it's, because I don't want it to curl up underneath my, or on my cup. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of lay it on there, and move it around a little bit. It does, it will wrinkle up in some spots, especially if you're laying it over that curve right there. So don't pick an image that you're not able to allow it to be a little wrinkled, okay? If you're wanting to do a big full, the whole thing type cup. You can get those wrinkles out. It's just a little bit of a process. I hope y'all had a great new year. It was a long few months at the end of the year. My grandma passed away. My friend passed away from battling ovarian cancer, which was really hard, and they were two really big supporters in my recovery. But I was just ready for the new year, and I'm hoping it brings lots. So I'm sorry I haven't posted videos in a while, guys. It's just been a really long few months, along with the 187 cups I did by myself for Christmas orders. That was insane. Alright, so we got that on there. Okay, and then I'm gonna roll it. If you're worried about rolling it, you can let the pieces dry and then you can flip it, okay? Usually you're okay if you're doing different sides. It really depends on how you feel necessary to put it on there, what you're comfortable with. You can, of course, like I said, do it in stages where you put one piece on, and then if you're having to turn your cup, you can sit there and you can let it dry, give it, you know, an hour or so, put some sealer on it, whatever, and then come back to it. It's really just up to your comfortability, guys. So then I'm gonna put this one on. Okay, as you can see, it's starting to come along. So I'm over here looking at my picture, making sure I'm doing this right, the pieces. You don't have a whole lot of time to be able to move them around like this. You really don't. It's once they start drying, you have to pretty much leave them. So if you place it in the wrong spot or something else and you need to move it, do it as quickly as possible. Like these ones, I'm having to kind of move a little bit over because I place them in the wrong spot. Now, if you need to move them, put water on them. If you don't, then they will crack. Okay? They will. I promise. See, like that cracked a little bit because I was messing with it. Okay, now I'm gonna leave it sitting up. That way it doesn't touch on the towel and pull it off or anything. I did use inkjet, so that just so you guys know, I use an inkjet printer, so uh-oh. I think I may have put the wrong one. Okay. A little bit. go. I'm dipping my little slide that I just took off back in the water just because I don't want to mess it up. And I had it in my hand for a minute. Okay. Uh-oh. Now this one up here is going to come kind of off the cup a little bit because it's just a piece of it. So I'm actually going to cut the top of this off because I only need a piece. I only need like half of it, and I cut it in the circle. So just cut it in half to place it up here at the top because that's the way that the picture looks. I'll let you guys see the picture real quick. If you can see it. So that's a picture that I'm going for here. Okay. So now I'm going to put my other big one in. It's coming out nice so far. And we still have alcohol ink to do, which I'm excited about. I like doing alcohol ink and water slide. I think it's fun, and I think it looks pretty when it's all done. Sorry guys, it lapsed there for a second because my phone rang. Okay, so I'm just putting this bigger water slide piece on here. To complete the top of it. Now, mine's not going to have a whole lot of area to necessarily alcohol ink, but I'm still going to show you guys how to do it. And that way you're just seeing a small amount and you can, you know, go from there. Okay, so I have all my water slide on. Now, okay, now I'm gonna let it dry, and then I will, I'll probably spray a matte sealer over the top just a little bit, just in the areas of the water slide, okay, that's all. Just so that it seals it and it does not seep underneath when we do the alcohol ink, okay? If you can see that all. My pieces are kind of ripping a little bit. But because we're going to do alcohol ink, it'll be okay. We can put it all back together. Okay, so there you have your cup with your clear water slide on it. Now, if y'all are turning this off because you were just doing water slide, cool. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff, and make sure to visit facebook.com/Teambrandos Design. Or I'm sorry, facebook.com/Teambrandos, and also teambrandosdesign.com to purchase products. We do make vinyl decals and water slide images and stickers and stuff like that for businesses, and we do give you deals. If you only make cups and you don't have a plotter cutter or anything like that yet, we do that. And we're happy to help you. Just let us know and message us and comment with any questions, and I will do my best to reply as quickly as possible. Alright, so now we're going to go seal this with matte sealer, and if you're only doing the clear water slide, make sure to epoxy it to seal it and everything else after the matte sealer has dried. And if you are going to continue on with our alcohol inking, then awesome. We'll be back shortly after I spray this and let it dry. So now that you've sealed your water slide on there, I know this looks crazy. The cup does not look like anything at all right now. It looks kind of weird, but I promise it will all come together. I have sealed mine with Kryolan matte finish. It is a sealer, a finisher. It's moisture resistant, dries in minutes, really quick. So I let mine sit for actually about 2 hours. Not necessary, but I did because I had to take my kiddos to Target. I had promised them for like 2 days that I would take them. So I did, along with the fact that I met a lady and bought a used wine rack. I don't drink. I've told you all that. I'm a recovering addict, so I don't do any of that, but I did buy a used wine rack to put my vinyl in, my vinyl rolls. Really excited about it. Because I've had to move everything to the garage. I have my very good friend and her 2 little girls staying with me, and my husband and our 3 kids and our dog, all in our house. So my entire garage is now my office, not just my my cup workshop. It's actually my office with everything in it, so I've had to move everything in here. Anyways, enough rambling. So I had to go get a wine rack. So it took me a little bit longer. But I usually only leave it for maybe an hour at most. But it is very good and hard. I have already tested it and put water on it. As you can see, the water just kind of rolls off of it. It's not moving the water slide at all. It's not smudging it. It's all nice and good. Okay. So I have, again, here, I've already said it, but I'll say it again, my alcohol inks. I've got Latte, it's Ranger, and Ginger, and Caramel. Okay. I do still use my acrylic alcohol inks that I make. I have a whole bunch of them over here. Probably have more than I do of actual alcohol inks, like the pre-made ones that people make. And I tried to make these browns, and I'm sure I could if I would have spent more time doing it, but I couldn't get the colors right. So we're gonna do this. Now I have this little towel thingy, and I'm gonna attempt to try and use this to blot the alcohol inks. I'm letting it kind of dry. That's why I'm kind of just talking and rambling here. I got it from Dollar Tree. It comes in a strip. It's that hard like stuff, and then you put it in water and it softens to this. Okay, so we're gonna use that, and I also use a microfiber towel as well to blot, because they're cheap, and you can buy a pack of like 7 or 10 of them at Walmart for like $7.99, and they have less hairs on them, so then you don't get hairs on here, and then when you put epoxy over it, you're not getting dimples and fish eyes and stuff like that because of the hairs, because the hairs will cause you to get that. I promise you. And so now we're going to, now that it's dried up a lot. Now, I've never tried using this before. This is going to be the first time, okay? So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to move the camera here now because I want it to be able to, you'd actually be able to see what I'm doing here. Hold on. I think you can move these here. Now, I also, new find, got these little silicone dish, or they're just little silicone, what are they, placemats? And they're super easy to clean up. Super easy. To put all over the table, so I'm not ruining all my tables getting epoxy on it and all that other stuff. And also these silicone pot holders. Got all these from Dollar Tree, guys. All of them. Love me some Dollar Tree. That's where I've gotten a lot of my like storage supplies and stuff like that. I mean, tons of my storage supplies. I got this little dealio. It's a little like holder, and it holds all my alcohol inks. It's in the makeup aisle at Dollar Tree. $1. Love it. You know me. I've gotta have my stuff at affordable prices. I gotta, you know, keep it going there. Okay. I think you guys can all see that. No, that made it more. make it to where you guys can actually see what I'm doing without it. Okay, let's hope that doesn't fall. That's not gonna work. Okay, there we go. I think you guys can see that. That's a lot better. Okay. All right, so let's get this going here. The crud. I brought my little rag again. Okay, I didn't get too much on it this time. Thank goodness. Okay, so now that this is all sealed, you can apply your alcohol ink on here, and it's not going to affect your water slide at all. Okay, so let's just get a good amount of alcohol ink on this little dabber here, and we're just gonna dab. Okay, kind of see the color. There's not a whole lot. I wonder if it's because of the water on this. So let's try this. I really don't like how much glare there is right there. It's like, maybe if I do it. I'm sorry. Really super close up there, guys, huh? Okay. That I think is gonna be better. I'm sorry it's taking me so long to get prepared to put all this on. I just really want you guys to actually see what I'm doing here, because there's not a whole lot that I've got to actually, you know, ink. So, okay, we're gonna put some ink right here on our cup, okay? And we're just gonna take it and we're gonna dab around the outside. Now I'm starting off with the lightest color. You can see it's starting to change already. I am going to blend it in the outer lines with darker colors, but you always want to start off with the lightest color because you don't want to overdo it. And you're just going to dab around the outer area of your water slide, okay? You don't want to get on your water slide. You can, but all it's going to do is darken it, okay? It's not going to do a whole lot. But if you want to really blend it, you can put it on your water slide. If you have sealed your water slide, make sure you seal your water slide, okay? Because if you get it on your water slide and you have not sealed it, you may have to redo it. I'm just saying, guys. You may actually have to. Okay? And I don't want you guys to have to do that. So, I really have just a few small spots that I need to get up the top here, around okay. I do the bottom, that way it all just blends in together. And I go around the entire cup before I start on the next color. Now, if you get it in a spot where you don't want that color, and it starts to, it's not blending the way you want it to, or something like that, throw a little rubbing alcohol on your towel, or whatever you're blending with, and go over the top of it. If you have to do that, make sure not to get it in a place you don't want it, because I'm telling you, it will take the alcohol ink off, okay? Or it will take the water slide off. So you have to be very careful. You can't just spray it like I do in my mermaid one, because you don't want the alcohol. I use 91% alcohol. So you don't want the alcohol to, you know, to affect your water slide at all. It would remove the mat and then also the water slide very quickly. Now I'm getting the edges of my water slide, and that's totally fine. That is the way that you want to do it because you want to blend it. You want to make sure it's all blended in together and it all looks the way you want it to look. I showed you guys that picture earlier. That's what I'm going for, so we'll see if we can actually get it here with that. Now, I did not show you guys earlier, but I'm going to show you right now. Where's it at? Okay, right there. There's a little tiny bubble. It is a bubble in the water slide, okay? There's also one right there. I'm going to show you guys really quickly how to get rid of that, okay? And you have to be very careful when you do this, though. You're going to use your heat tool, okay? And you're going to sit there and you're going to blow on it until it pops, okay? Don't get it too close. You don't want to burn it. You can also, it is hot, so be careful, but you can touch it. And then once you touch it that one time, then it will pop right here. It was right here. You can kind of see the discoloration right there. But now it's not a bubble anymore. It's just, it's popped and it gave it a small enough hole with the heat that that hole is not going to cause anything to get under it, okay? So I have one right here too. And I just popped it. Just pop. It just pops with the heat. Quickly, easily. And I actually just figured that out today. So, learned something new, huh? This is also water slide. All this is water slide. I cut it into strips and just applied it on. I did it during the World Series, or before the World Series actually. That was fun. Okay. So now we're going to start the next color. Sorry, I thought I was gonna sneeze there and I didn't want to sneeze on camera. So the next color will be caramel. Okay, that first one we used latte. Second one is caramel. That's the next darker one. Okay. Okay, get open. I'm just gonna put it right over the top of where I've already got stuff, okay? And I just kind of crunch it up like that and dab. Okay, and you can see it's getting darker. And the more you go over it, the darker it will get. You can also put it right on top of the cup, or right onto it if you want. And just dab. Now, the problem with putting it on the cup after you've already got some alcohol ink on there is you can get water spots. But if you want them to be like that, then you can do it. I like to have it on here because then I can put it where I want it. And I am dabbing because that is the look that I want it to look like. I want it to be dabbed. Now, you can also use your finger if you want. If you don't want the little, like, I don't know, they're just the texture from this sometimes will give you like a certain pattern or a certain like texture look, and if you don't want that, you can always dab with your finger, but it does get your gloves really, really hard and sticky. I'm kind of twisting here so it gives it a little bit different texture, make it look really like worn and old, because that's what the map looks like in the picture. So it just kind of swoops almost. Okay, and I'm still in the same spot, guys. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm still in the same area. That way I can really make sure that I use as much of this color as I want. Okay. So it's really not hard. It really just depends on the, you know, the look that you want it to look like. You can do swoops, you can do twists, you can, you know, you can always use cotton swabs or cotton balls or cotton, the little things that go on the alcohol ink, little dabber thing, but I don't feel like I can get the way I want it to get if I use that thing. I can't, you know, swoop the whole thing, or I can't, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It just looks funny to me. And it still gets those little hairs where this does not. And as you can see, it is starting to all blend in together. And I still have my other color I need to use too, which is going to make it even a little bit darker. So, let's see here. Alright. Now, I want to show you guys really quick. I have my little spray bottle of rubbing alcohol. If you put it on your finger, just a little, okay, you know, you can get it to have a totally different texture. Almost like water spots. And then you can turn around and you can blend it a little bit more. Like if you want it to be a lighter color in certain areas or whatnot, you can do that. And then it almost looks like it's got water spots. Okay. Again, still using the same area of my rag. Going a little faster here, guys, because that way I can go through it a little bit quicker. Okay. Hopefully you guys see me a lot more here in the near future. I'm really trying to keep myself busy. This last year was really a difficult year for me. It was great. I made 4 years clean, but at the same time, it was also really difficult. My uncle died at the age of 45. He has Down syndrome. He was the top of my world, along with my kids. But he meant the world to me. And my grandma, she passed away December 8th. Or no, I'm sorry, December 7th. At about 10 o'clock in the evening. 8 o'clock California time, which is where I'm from. I was born and raised there. And she was more than just a grandma to me. She was my best friend. I loved her more than life itself. And she was one of my biggest supporters. She made me promise her. She told me about, I don't know, 8 years ago, and then again 5 years ago, that all she wanted before she died was for me to be clean from drugs, happy, making something of myself, and to quit smoking cigarettes. Well, 9/3/13, I got clean from drugs, and 6/23/14, I quit smoking cigarettes, and as of September of 2017, I have had Teambrandos I've been running Teambrandos for 3 years. So, and I've definitely given a lot to make it to where I am today. And it started off all for her. Now it's for me, for my kids, for my life, for everything else. I quit smoking cigarettes. I started using my little vape, but I went from the high level of nicotine all the way down. Now I think it's more just a comfort mechanism for me. But she told me about a week before she passed away that how proud she was of me and how proud I had made her. But this last year was definitely a difficult one. My friend passed away after fighting and battling cervical cancer for 2 years, which that was a crazy situation too. It was very, she'd been in remission in a long time, and then it came back. Sorry, my kid came in, so I had to pause it for a second. Anyways, I don't remember where I was at with that, but I'm trying to keep myself busy the next few months, because it's been rough on me. I'm not gonna lie, it's been very rough. But thank you to God and my family and my big support system and everything else that I have made it through, and I didn't use, even though losing my grandma was probably the hardest thing I will ever go through in recovery, because she was everything to me. So yeah. Sorry, got choked up there for a second. I don't cry very often, but I get teary-eyed, but I haven't really processed her being gone, and it's been almost a month, so one of these days it's gonna hit me. Okay, so anyways, next step, I'm gonna go ahead and spray a little bit of rubbing alcohol on my towel and I'm just gonna kind of swirl. Okay. That's really looking good. Now, I think I have decided I'm going to put, there are small little outlines on this image over here. They're just black outlines, and I'm going to print them and put them on there as well. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next color. Now, this dark one, I am going to make sure not to get it on the water slide, like the main part. Yes, on the end, on the outsides, it'll be okay, but I don't want to get it on the actual inner part of the water slide like I was doing with the other, because I don't want the inside to get any darker than it already is. Okay. Now, being on the towel, the water slide does dry very quick, or the alcohol ink dries very quickly. So, make sure that you're going at a decent speed, okay? Because you don't want it to dry on your towel, and you lose all that ink that soaks it. Now, you can spray right onto your ink where you had it, and it will come out, or it will moisture back up. Okay. Your color will. So, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get my darker, or my, this is, can no longer see the name of it, but it's a yellow from Ranger, also an alcohol ink. I'm just gonna dab a little bit on there. That's not what I was going for. Alright. This one is teakwood. It's, I believe, one of the, like the second from the darkest brown that they have. And I'm gonna go with this little thingy again. See if I can't really blend in these lines right here. Yeah. I don't think I like the way that that little spongy thing works. Maybe if it was a sponge itself, like, didn't need water on it or something, it would probably work better. I know you can barely see it because now it's really blending in together, but this is the way that, this is the look I was going for. I really wanted it to be almost transparent from the cup itself. I didn't think I was gonna need the teakwood, but I did. Alright, so, as you can see, I need to blend here and up at the top. But I like the way And you know, I was thinking, guys, if you guys use my method to make cups, I would love for you guys to send me pictures or post pictures, or you guys can even, you know, in your pictures, you can mention the technique or whatever, or my name, or my business name. That would be awesome. You know, I don't get paid to do all of this. I just do it because I want you guys to be able to kind of see it's all blending in. You can't really see the water slide anymore. You know, where it was at, it all looks like it's supposed to be there. I'm excited, but or, you know, share my videos with other people, or refer them to us or whatnot. If they're looking to, you know, get help, that would be awesome too. I would really much appreciate it. It just gets more likes and gets gets other people to be able to, you know, succeed at things, whether it be your hobby or whether it's your business or whatever it is. You know, helping others is a big part of my recovery. It helps me to watch others succeed and for me to be able to help you guys succeed. So, you know, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you guys subscribing, your comments, your likes, your everything. It really, it gives me a sense of happiness to see others being able to succeed at things, at different techniques and everything. When I started doing this, I didn't know that there was tutorials out there that you could watch. I really didn't know what YouTube was, honestly. I just thought that it was a bunch of stupid videos, because that's what my kids would watch, was like dumb videos on here. No offense or anything, but some of the videos were very stupid. But now I definitely have a different look on it, and I am grateful every day, and I get excited to make these videos, and I get excited to see everybody and your comments and questions and everything else. It's really awesome, and it's really helpful. So I was trying to blend a certain spot, and I kind of put too much on it, and so I had to kind of go back over it a little bit to put that color back so it didn't look off. It's definitely where I'm using my yellow, was to fix over here, but if you can see it. I blended all the outline to where it all looked like it kind of comes out together. So, that is how you alcohol ink a cup. Now I am going to apply some images right here and right here, and also here, and there, to bring it all together. Maybe also some black, like lines, just kind of throughout it. I'm over here looking at the image, sorry. But you can do this with any color. You want to go with the colors of your image that you're trying to achieve, and that's the colors of alcohol inks. Those are the color schemes that you want to go with. So if your cup is, or if your image that you're trying to go for is blue, then you're going to want to use like the teals and the blues and the greens and that kind of thing to kind of bring it all in to what you want it to look like. And also, don't forget you can use acrylic alcohol ink. I have a tutorial on the acrylic alcohol ink, and I do still love my acrylic alcohol inks. I use it on a lot of things. I made a cup that looked like a World War II, like a plane, like the metal of the plane. It looked really cool, and it had like little rivets in it that I painted on, so that was fun. And I used acrylic alcohol ink on that one. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think of other things I can tell you guys, and I can't think of any right now. Oh, make sure you seal this again with matte clear sealer. Okay, again, again, because you don't want the epoxy to make this run. It will make it run, guys. For real, it'll make it run. Promise you, I've done it. It looked horrible, and there was no fixing it. So I had to redo the whole thing, and that sucked. But make sure to seal it. Matte, clear, Kryolan sealer. And then let it sit for 30-45 minutes, and then go for your epoxy. And make sure to watch the $1 Million Shine epoxy method. I have that on there, and I will make sure to post the link for the water slide that I use in the description. Okay, make sure to subscribe and like and share our Teambrandos tutorials, and also visit us at facebook.com/Teambrandos or Teambrandos Design, no S on the end, just design.com. That is our website. And message us with any questions through Facebook, or also you can message us through our website as well, or comment on the video, and I will do my best to respond as quickly as possible. Okay, guys? So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it helped a lot. I am definitely liking this cup. I like the way it looks a lot. And I hope that your guys' turns out as good as mine, and as close to what I wanted it to look like as possible. Anyways, yeah. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks.